hidden hunger of war, the Bengal tragedy of 1943. In the heart of India, under the yoke of the British administration, one of the most devastating tragedies of the 20th century was unleashed. The Bengal famine of 1943, a disaster that claimed millions of innocent lives. This crisis was not an isolated event. It emerged from a perfect storm of factors, both human and natural, that converged to create a catastrophe of unimaginable proportions. The Japanese invasion of Burma cut off a vital supply route, severely affecting food availability in Bengal. But this was just the beginning of the nightmare for Bengalis. The scorched earth policy implemented by the colonial authorities, intended to prevent the Japanese advance, devastated the fields and agricultural production. The result was unprecedented food shortages. Speculation and hoarding exacerbated by panic and uncertainty contributed to the rapid rise in food prices, putting them out of reach of most. Food distribution networks, already weakened by the war, collapsed. The rations were scarce, and the help insufficient. Hunger spread like wildfire. Images of desolation filled every corner of Bengal. Entire families wandered in search of food, while others lay resigned in the streets, victims of malnutrition. Human suffering reached unbearable levels. Mortality skyrocketed, taking between 1.5 and more than 3 million people to the grave, according to various estimates. This famine was not just a natural tragedy. It was a clear example of how political and military decisions can have devastating consequences for civilian populations. The legacy of the Bengal famine remains in the collective memory as a grim reminder of the fragility of food security and the need for responsible resource management. Despite the magnitude of the tragedy, the Bengal famine is an often forgotten chapter in the history of World War II, overshadowed by other events of the conflict. However, it is crucial to remember and learn from this dark episode. It teaches us about the importance of solidarity, planning and prevention in times of crisis. It is a call to action to ensure that such disasters are not repeated, so that no community has to face again the hopelessness and pain that Bengal suffered. Today, as we remember those who lost their lives in this tragedy, we reaffirm our commitment to a more just and compassionate world. A world where hunger and despair are just memories of the past. The Bengal famine of 1943 is a scar on human history, but also a powerful reminder of our ability to overcome adversity and build a better future for all.